I'm Lucy Evermorton. I'm the Programme Manager for the Northumberland Small Business Service. So it's my role to manage and lead the team and ultimately to ensure that we're delivering everything we're meant to deliver in line with our funding obligations. I guess for me personally, one of the great things about the Northumberland Small Business Service is that we were able to help a whole range of rural businesses that maybe don't have the exposure to the level of funding that businesses in other areas around the country have. The benefits of the funding that was awarded to Damien wasn't just the ability to create a space and a building, but also the economic factors on the town, on people through employment, and also for the public to be able to have a space and improve what was already on offer here.
We are Alnwick Playhouse District Trust, and we present theatre at Alnwick Playhouse and deliver cultural activities for the whole of our community and region. So we have a reach of about 60,000 people who are residents, and also there's quite a large tourist community that engages with the cultural offer in the holidays and really actually throughout the entire year. But our key purpose is that we're here to deliver cultural activity for the local community. We're based in the centre of Alnwick. We're very conscious of the fact that a lot of our audience and participants come from outside. There are only 8,500 people living in Alnwick. So in some ways the vast majority of our audience is a rural audience that comes to the Playhouse to engage in cinema, theatre, live music, a whole range of different things we do. We applied for a grant from Northumberland Small Business Service because, having bought this building, it was evident that the cost to do a refurbishment of it and bring it up to the standards that we felt were appropriate in terms of the green qualities and the quality of finish, that we were going to be stretched in order to meet that within the resources that we had. So as an asset for us, it's so much more enhanced. The experience of applying for the grant and being selected to go forward, in many ways it was quite painless, but I think that was mainly because of Northumberland Small Business Service and also the support that NCC gave us in terms of how we should approach it, and their encouragement to us to carry on and keep chasing the project through that funding channel. Essentially somebody guiding you through the whole process of the application, making sure that you meet the targets and the deadlines, meant that the overall project was finished 10 weeks ahead of time. When people finish a show here at 10:30, 11, 12 o'clock at night, they need to stay here. We can help with that now because we've got 7 double rooms, and that allows us to offer that as part of a deal with people. It also allows us to make income as well, so we can, there's a flow of money back the way. Over the coming years, it will principally be accommodation for artists and participants in cultural activities, it may be, but it'll also have rentable space for a variety of different things. So it saves money in one hand and also gives us an income stream in the other, and we end up with an asset. We get the opportunity to employ local people, and also it safeguards other local jobs. And I think that beyond that, if we have people coming to stay here, they'll go out and buy food places. It's part of that wider economy that culture often brings into communities. So there's a lot of good benefits about supporting jobs inside our organisation, but also supporting jobs that exist beyond that.
Creation of jobs was one of the key achievements of this project. I think one of the key issues that we had was the timelines for everything happening, because the project had to be finished and complete by December 2024, and there were planning applications that had to be okayed, the planning permission, especially with the list. It's not a listed building, but it's a protected building, and hopefully the future of Alnwick Playhouse is now sustainable.
Working with the team from Northumberland Small Business Service, Liz in particular, but actually the whole team have been very attentive to making sure that we meet deadlines, that we are accurate in what we put in. I think that makes you feel quite confident when you're doing a project like this. You commit to spending money and you're still going through the process of being assessed for the grant. We have builders in doing stuff, and we are still going through the process of getting to a point where everything's finalised. And knowing that somebody's watching your back just makes that a little bit less out on a limb. We would absolutely recommend that if you're going for a grant, the Northumberland Small Business Service will make it a lot easier. And also advise you whether you should be doing it or not in the first place. I mean, it's not always just a given that you should do it.
It was an absolute pleasure to work with Alnwick Playhouse. Damien and his team were very supportive of us. They communicated really well with us, And I think we worked well as a team. There was complex issues that we had to deal with. They made it a lot easier by grasping what we were saying, meeting the deadlines, meeting the timelines that we set. The first meeting we had was with Damien to discuss the project and what we're hoping to achieve. And then it was about really explaining the whole process through from start to finish, because it can be quite complex, and it's just so much easier if everybody understands the whole process, knows what's going to happen and adheres to the timeline, and that it'll go from strength to strength.